It's a bit of a story. I saw my first film when I was 19, so I came to cinema a little bit late. I'm Palestinian, I grew up in Algeria and in the United States. My reality was always very fractured. It didn't have an easy narrative. So what I was drawn to with film was more the mechanics of it. You know, it felt like a time machine. So when I found myself studying film, I quickly realized I had a particular relationship to narrative structure, more closely resembled my fractured history. In order to capture that and do it justice, I had to reinvent the form of cinema. I couldn't use the language of narrative. I found that really, really frustrating. And I was a child, I would take things apart obsessively, put them back together, this kind of thing. I spent a lot of time in isolation growing up. So I kind of put a lot of my energy into deconstructing and reconstructing things. So it was a natural extension for me in film school. Back in those days, we were editing on Steenbecks and Moviolas. The film would run horizontally. So I started thinking about the rhizome and horizontality versus vertical constructions, and then started kind of taking apart the politics of the apparatus. Why is there a shutter? Why is there light and dark, light and dark? Why is reality represented at 24 frames? Not 25, not 26, not 100, because when there are times when my reality is 100 frames per second, and times when it's nothing, and the film is about to burn. And for me, reality changed and shifted depending on who was there and how many people and your perception. So I said, okay, well, the film should move. The film should, if there's 5 people watching it, it should be a different film than if there's 1 or 10. And so I was kind of mixing, like with film and spinning and all this. This machine that I had took a lot of influence from experimental music, early electronic music. So it became this loop in a very simple action. A woman crossing a room, opening a door. All of my films are really short. They're 3 meters long and looped. But they're infinite. The length it takes 2 steps is 3 meters, and then the whole thing just changes. It's kind of a cinematic theremin. When you enter the room, it changes. If you get close to the image, it slows down, and you never see the same thing twice.